Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is John and I am a student from Fraser International College. After I graduated from high school, I've got the opportunity to study abroad in Canada last year and explore this wonderful country outside of my hometown, Hong Kong. In this video, I'm going to focus on the cultural aspect in human geography by showing how I interact with three places that I connected to and how they impacted me. But before jumping into different places and the content, let's get started with the behind reasons of why I'm interested in this topic. Since I came to Vancouver as an international student, I face cultural differences very often. In this multicultural city, I can meet people with different cultural background easily, and I found understanding others' culture is attractive to me because it makes me think of a question. Why people from the different cultural background can behave differently, even though we are living in the same world. Moreover, I don't treat it only as a project to me. Instead of trying to get a good grade, I would also wish that more people can view my video, try to understand that human and different places are all connected together, and start to appreciate and treasure the things that different places have provided to us. So, let's start the video from the three important places that bring impact to my life. In this beautiful map, there are three places that meant a lot to me in my life. They are Hong Kong, Japan, and Canada. Let's kick off by my hometown, Hong Kong. This picture shows its location in the world map. It is located on the bottom of China. This international little city is formed of 262 islands. The next location is Japan. It has 127 million people living in Japan, and it is formed 84 years ago. As it lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, there are more than 100 active volcanoes in the country. Finally, for the country that I'm currently living in is Canada. As the second largest country in the world area, it occupies the top half of North American land, and the city that I'm living in is Vancouver, and it is a part of the British Columbia. Let's talk about how these places and their special culture impact me and how I impact them. First of all, Japan is one of my favorite countries in the world. I've accessed with its culture since I was small. No matter in their food, fashion, or entertainment culture, it was all very attractive to me. Early in the 80s, many Hong Kong people has treated Japanese fashion culture as the most fashionable style to them. Everyone is trying to copy the Japanese culture on themselves. Due to globalization, more and more people using Japanese culture as selling point and opened up different shops in Hong Kong, like Uniqlo, Muji, ramen shop, sushi shop, etc. To be honest, those brands are all having high quality and everyone likes it. However, the Japanese culture have impacted Hong Kong people start to forget and abandon their own culture. People lost their superiority on Hong Kong own culture, and it have impacted the younger generation, including myself, started to have a lower sense of belongings. Because when we first came to the world, we have already connected with Japanese culture, and Hong Kong doesn't have policy to promote uniqueness and didn't do well in cultural nationalism, which is to protect our culture from homogenized impact from globalization. Therefore, Japanese culture has lowered my regional identity towards Hong Kong. Now let's talk about how Hong Kong impacted me. As Hong Kong is a well-known international city and business center, many of you may think that it must be very proud to be a part of it. But the truth is the opposite. I don't feel proud in living in this business center. As Hong Kong has very limited land supply, everyone is thinking about your utility, which is how to use the minimum land to maximize their profit. And the landowner will only raise their rent of their shop. More and more traditional culture cannot operate due to they cannot afford the insane high rent. For example, like the egg tart bakery shop, they have to shut down and replaced by the transnational corporation or brands. I think Hong Kong unique food culture and other culture have created a lot of common memories to Hong Kong people, and these memories have relied us to stay together as a whole. But now the environment in Hong Kong has dismissed us to a single individual, and people don't really like to trust each other or help others. Under this situation, I was amazed by Canada. When I started to live in this country, I felt that there are trust and kindness that connect each other as a whole. In this multicultural city, people are all respect each other and willing to share their own story to others. People in Canada not only focus on profit, They also focus on culture that they valued, and I see there are many local brands shop operate in Vancouver, which shows that Vancouver has provided a lot of opportunities for people to develop their culture regardless of the profitability. When I compare two cities, Hong Kong has given me a chance to amaze and appreciate how close and kind the city and citizens can be. Besides of the negative impact, there are still many positive impact from different places. For example, like the nature of Vancouver. I really like the environment of Vancouver because of its wonderful condition of nature. Canadians have a very strong will to protect their nature as well as the ecology. As they have educated since they were small, I always heard from the people who lived in Vancouver that they always feel proud of their environment and appreciate the way that the majority have paid effort in the environmental protection. I was touched by their attitude in protecting their nature resources. The concept of the cultural landscape can also be reflected when I observe that there are numerous parks and nature attractions in Vancouver, and it has impacted me that I should also learn from it and also pay more effort in protecting the environment no matter in Vancouver or in Hong Kong in order to deserve a great condition of environment and to be proud of it. After expressing how I have impacted by these three places, in the following, I will share how I impact to different places. As I was amazed by the environment of Vancouver, I realized that it is important to protect the nature environment and improve the interaction between place and people. Even Hong Kong does not have much cultural landscape as Canada has. Hong Kong can still protect the ecology and environment. First, I would like to teach my family and friends the importance of recycling. Don't throw all the trash in the landfill bin. For example, as Hong Kong does not have recycle bin everywhere, so when I finish a bottle of drink, I can reuse it or wait until I see a correct recycle bin and throw it. Second, I would like to remind my friend after having picnic, remember to clear up all the trash and inflammable material before they leave. I will give some picture of Stanley Park and Rocky Mountain to let them know if we can build up a recycle and environmental protection culture, we can also have our own little Stanley Park in our motherland, Hong Kong. And it is how I decided to impact Hong Kong. Second, I decided to do something on cultural nationalism aspect. Although Hong Kong doesn't have much emphasis on cultural nationalism, I still put effort in protecting traditional culture, like our traditional language, Cantonese. Since I came to FIC and SFU, I met a lot of Canada-born Chinese and many of them are Hong Kong people. I knew that Hong Kong's cultural elements, especially language, was diminishing. More and more Hong Kong children who born in other places don't really know how to speak Cantonese correctly. And I'm afraid as time goes by, Cantonese will no longer be a popular language among Hong Kong societies. As I'm now in Vancouver, what I can do is let more people to understand Cantonese. So I start from the Canada-born Chinese. Many of them are using Cantonese to communicate with their family at home, but they just have limited knowledge on vocabularies and pronunciation. So I suggest them that we should use Cantonese to communicate with each other, also to let them listen more Canton music in order to let them to increase their incentive in learning about Cantonese. For information, Canton music is very popular among the Asian region. Many of my friends from China, Taiwan, and Malaysia always ask me what is the song about. Moreover, I would like to keep inform them what news is happening in Hong Kong in order to let them to feel like a Hong Kong people and increase their regional identity. This is the way that I try to impact Chinese who living in Vancouver and learn more about Cantonese. And I hope this traditional language can inherent in different places, especially in Vancouver, because it has a huge Hong Kong and Chinese society. After all, this is my story about the cultural aspect in human geography. I'm thankful that I can have a lot of unique experience due to the impact from different places. Although there were positive and negative impacts, I still treat them all as my precious lesson and knowledge, because I can learn from it and apply on different places like my hometown Hong Kong. And I feel so good when I paying effort on promoting the traditional culture and some new culture like recycling, which can let my hometown to become a better city for everyone. and I believe that I can have an infection to the people around me and to do the same thing with me, and sooner or later it can become a trend for all people in Hong Kong. Hope you can try your best to impact the place that is important to you and pay effort to let it become the way that you want. Thank you for watching my video. See you soon.